Hi guys, hope you're well. So today's video was actually the idea of one of my subscribers, or at least someone that visits my channel, a chap that's commented on my videos in the last few days. Firstly, thanks for leaving a comment, and secondly, I thought it was a great idea, so that's what I'm doing today. And that's talking about, having an illness, like a chronic illness, like chronic fatigue syndrome, and how that leads to you having feelings of guilt and shame. And I'm sure anyone that has a chronic illness, even probably an addiction or anything that's a long-standing issue, probably has felt these emotions too. I will be open with you, I'm a bit wobbly today emotionally, but I'm going to try my hardest not to get upset, because I don't want to be known as the crying YouTuber. I don't want that to be my unique selling point, like the thing I'm known for. So I'm going to try and hold it together. So deep breath. The first thing that I want to talk about is the shame associated with kind of how the illness can kind of set you back, delay your progress, and kind of put you in a position where you're not where a lot of people are at your age, and you don't have the things a lot of people have at your age, whether it be money, a home, a car, relationship, general contentment, all these things. As you guys know, I can't do full-time work, probably not even part-time work, because of my health issues. I did have jobs or try jobs or have internships, and always had to give them up, or felt ill during them due to fainting and dizziness and just body failing in general. And because I can't do this work, my money situation is pretty dire, if I'm honest with you, hence why at my age, which is relatively old, I am living at home with my parents, who are retired and should be enjoying their retirement without me being around. And actually for the foreseeable future there doesn't seem to be any hope of me leaving here, because I barely earn any money, is what I'm trying to tell you. I don't earn enough that I'd be able to pay rent, let alone pay the bills on top of rent. And obviously there's absolutely no hope that I'll be able to buy a house, so that's out of the window. So you kind of make a decision to stay at home, so then at least you can try and have some version of a normal existence and life, and use the very small amount of money that you do earn, the little sprinklings here and there, on doing things like seeing your friends, going to the cinema, treating yourself, to Wagamama's, Fix Express, whatever it is that you're into. But it is hard when literally all of your friends are either renting and having a great time doing house shares with friends, or they're moving in with boyfriends, or they're settled down with their kids and their husband, and they have houses and flats, and you're stuck at home. Yeah, it is embarrassing. And when you meet people for the first time, and you quite naturally go on to the conversation of, so where do you live? And you say Weybridge. And because Weybridge is known for being quite a nice place to live, then the next question, they're like, what, you live in Weybridge? Like, who do you live with then? And then I have to say with my parents, because I'm not going to lie, I'm not about trying to hide it, but I just pray that it's never going to lead to that question, which makes me tense during the conversation, and it always ends up with me having to say, yeah, living with my parents. And then I find myself justifying it when I shouldn't, but I don't want them to think that I'm someone that, hasn't tried hard, or doesn't work hard, or doesn't have aspirations to be better or bigger than I am right now. It's hard as well with social media, because you have to see every day people that are considerably younger than you, moving into houses, moving into flats, and having money to spend on things. And of course happy for them, and it's great that they're in that position, but it does make you reflect on yours and think, yeah, oh crap, basically. And people will say to me, but you do nice things, you go on holidays and stuff. And yes, I do, but I've had to make the decision that, I used the savings that I'd saved up for years, inheritance, etc., to maintain the appearance that I have a normal life, and to keep this kind of YouTube train going, and to support myself during this, and let it dwindle. And And it is depressing because at one point I maybe did have quite a substantial amount that would one day have been my deposit for a house, but now because I can't earn money at a regular basis or anything significant, it has dwindled to the point now where it's just my kind of survival money. It's money I just have to maintain, you know, a decent life for someone of my age. And the thing is, these days I've noticed that people seem to ask you about money more than ever. Like, there used to be an etiquette that you didn't ask people like what they earn or what they spent on that or what they've got in their savings, but these days people seem to ask these questions all the time, so I feel like I'm forever having to explain my situation to people I don't really want to explain my situation to. I think YouTubers and bloggers get this a lot anyway, and in particular people are so intrigued about how it works because it's a relatively new career path that you get even more people asking, oh, what did you get for that, or how do you make your money, or what do you kind of get a week, or how much do you get for that? And you just think, I don't really want to tell you about that. But maybe I'm more inclined not to want to tell people because I know they'll be less than impressed, and that I'll feel like they'll look down on me, or that they're thinking, oh dear, she's not doing very well. And you know, if we're looking in terms of finance, I'm not doing very well, and I'll be honest about that. I'm not. My savings have perished basically, and I'm just holding on to this YouTube thing to hope that one day it's all going to pay off and I'll find myself in a position where I'm comfortable and I will have regular money coming in. That's all I want. So that's one side of things that makes you feel shame because you can't maintain a job that brings in regular money like most of your friends do. Another area of shame and guilt is found from like relationships, because I have this brain fog, I have terrible memory, and I'm often a little bit hazy, and I sleep weird hours because I just sometimes grab a nap whenever I feel like I'm going to be able to sleep, because I usually haven't slept that well in the night. Then sometimes I'll read WhatsApp messages, get texts, emails and things, and forget I've read them, forget I've seen them, and completely forget to reply to people. And then once I remember that I've forgotten to reply to people, I've left it so long by then, I don't feel I can message them or apologise, and I always worry that they're going to think that I'm lying when I say I've genuinely forgot, or I didn't see it, or I don't remember seeing it, but I genuinely do. And then the longer you leave it, the longer you feel like the relationship is a bit stressed or tense, or that they're thinking bad things about you, and then the fear steps in, and then you end up just drifting because you don't have the guts to like message them again in case they're in a mood with you, which is ridiculous. So I'm constantly feeling guilty about not replying to maybe an event on Facebook, or a WhatsApp group message, or just a comment someone's written on an Instagram that was really nice but I've forgotten to reply to it. And you just hope that they've remembered that perhaps that's because of, you know, what's going on with you, and it's not just because you can't be bothered, or that you're lazy, or you don't care about them. And it's things like birthdays and any kind of things that you don't go to because either you're too tired, or you find the whole situation a bit daunting, because when you've been out of a social scene because of an illness for a while, you get this anxiety about it then, because you've been out of it for so long, it's totally out of your comfort zone, and so you find yourself just not wanting to put yourself in that situation. I try and push myself to do these things, but sometimes it's my body that lets me down, and I know that I won't be able to do it. So for instance, I was at my friend's this week, and they were like, oh, let's go out soon, let's get dressed up, let's go for a night out like the olden times. And like, in theory, yes, I'd love to, but I didn't kind of join in when they were getting excited about it, because the questions that popped into my head were, how far away is it, because I find commuting exhausting. 2, are there going to be seats in the place? Because I can't stand a bar or a venue or a club all night, I just can't handle that. So after staying quiet for a little bit, I said, well, for me it would depend if there's any seats. And they looked at me like I was mad, like, why would that be an issue? And these people are my best friends. And I think that just reinforces the fact that people still don't understand a lot about illnesses that are affecting people. Like, they don't see the issues that we see, so sometimes they may not understand why you can't do certain things or why you can't turn up to certain things. And I know in the last few months I've not gone to a lot of really good friends' birthdays, and I've just said I can't deal with it because, you know, they'd chosen places that didn't have seating and require standing. And unfortunately, I really think that probably behind my back they are annoyed at me or think that I'm not making an effort, because they see me carrying on. I'm doing YouTube, I go for meals, go to the cinema and stuff. So in some respect they see me being normal. They see that I'm living a generally normal life, but they don't see the moments where it takes some time to recover from doing certain things. They don't see me like having to prop myself up at places because I can't handle standing. God, I'm waffling, aren't I? There's also a certain level of shame about my appearance these days. You'll have seen in various videos I've commented about the shame of, you know, my eye bags. It's only because of lighting that I look kind of human in any of these videos. But because I don't have the energy to exercise, and I've been told by various specialists that like going to the gym wouldn't be good for me, they say maybe stretching or yoga is probably preferable. But anyway, because I don't do exercise, like my cellulite's pretty bad right now. I've got no level of tonage to my legs whatsoever, and because I'm so tired, like when I'm not camera ready and when I'm just slopping around home, I look pretty rank, to be honest. And sometimes I feel quite a lot of shame and guilt with Si for that, because this maybe isn't what he signed up for when he sees the reality of me when I'm in a bad phase of illness. It's not a pretty sight, and I'm probably not that fun to be around, and I'm not this energetic person that wants to do active things that maybe he thought I was when he got involved with me, because he'd see me bungee jump and skydive and stuff. But you know, those things take a few minutes of your day, so maybe isn't a fair representation of what I am and my energy levels, I guess. What I wish more than anything is that when someone asks me what I do, that I could feel totally proud of it, because every time I'm at a family thing or anything really, meeting new people, and they ask me what I do, and I say I'm a YouTuber, blogger, etc., I feel an element of shame, because it's not like I'm doing hugely well. And I think perhaps if I was, you know, banking some money, I could tell them that I was, and they could see that I was doing relatively well. I could at least go, okay, it's not what I planned, it's not what I dreamed of, I don't have the house, the car or anything, but you know, I've got money to support myself, I'm doing all right. I think I'd feel a lot better about myself, and I think a lot of my confidence has gone, because when I was younger I was extremely ambitious, and you know, I had good grades, you know, everything looked like it was, you know, going to go quite well for me. Came out of uni with a first degree, and you know, things didn't pan out that way. But you know, life's about adapting, and I guess the people in my life that care about me, they won't think bad about me for not doing as well. I don't know, will they? I don't know. Sometimes I worry as well that I know my parents would never ever say that, and they're actually very kind, and they tell me like they're proud of how hard I work and stuff like that, but I'm sure that they wish that I was in kind of a secure, kind of respected career where money was coming in and they didn't have to worry about me, that I was kind of living a proper adult life and I wasn't kind of eating out of their cupboards and things like that. I think I'm going to do another video about what it's like to live at home as an adult, because I think there's a lot of different things to talk about there, and it really does affect not only your ability to have independence, but your confidence, your ability to socialise, all sorts of things. So that would probably be another video. I almost got upset, didn't I? I managed to keep them in. They didn't drop, so it doesn't count as crying, does it? So thanks for the idea of the video. I think it's good we do talk about, you know, it's not just the pain aspect or, you know, the hospital appointments or, you know, medication or stuff like that. It's the collateral damage, the things that happen as a result of illnesses, how it affects you mentally, even if it's not a mental issue, how it affects your self-esteem. Yeah, it's probably, for me, that side's probably tougher, because I find myself getting more upset about, you know, the limits it's put on my progress rather than the pain, because to an extent you get used to being uncomfortable, you get used to being achy, and you get used to being tired, but the feeling of, I don't know, sometimes that hopeless feeling, or that feeling like things aren't getting better fast enough, or that you're not getting enough reward for the efforts you put in, sometimes that's what gets to you. And you know, the whole comparison thing as well, when you're seeing people, you know, a lot younger than you, or your contemporaries, just, you know, doing the things that you want to do and you can't do them, and you're finding it hard to see a way that you ever will, and that's really tough. So yeah, another uplifting video courtesy of me. But I hope anyone, you know, that has chronic illnesses, whatever they are, watching this is nodding away, and perhaps knowing that someone is saying what you're thinking will make you feel a little bit better about it. I don't know, worth a shot. If there's any happy topics you want me to talk about in a future video, please let me know. I'd love to be happy for you in a few videos. Maybe a funny tag you could come up with for me. Yeah? Okay. Thanks for watching. Bye.